Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got a delivery. It's for 2 face cords, 2/3 of a cord, 2 Richter rows. We're going to fill up the baby dumper with oak. This is going to a customer that buys every year from me and has been a customer of mine for 10 years at least. So every year. And when I first delivered to this customer, I backed up the trailer and I helped him stack it. He's an older guy. He's probably, right now he's probably 80-ish, right in there. And I never charged him for it the first year because I just kind of helped him. And I could back fairly close, and he helped me stack, so it wasn't just me. And then the year after that, he helped me stack quite a bit, and I didn't charge him for it. And then the year after that is where I started charging people to stack wood because I had to, because it was taking extra time. So he helped me for probably 4 years, maybe 5 years, stacking it. And so my wood for the 2/3 of a cord is $240 if I just dump it and drive away. But if I can stack it, or if they want me to stack it, and I can get to where I literally grab it from the trailer of the truck, put it in the rack, I charge $25 per third of a cord. So it would be $50 to stack 2/3 of a cord, or 2 face cords. And if somebody wants me to go, around the side of the house, if I have to take the wheelbarrow, which in this case I do, if they want me to go up their sidewall, however I have to do it, I kind of gauge it by how far I have to go, and I just add on whatever. I kind of figure out how long I think it's going to take me extra, or how much extra effort I have to put into it. So if you're stacking, make sure you know that you're getting paid, number one. And number two, find out the situation for how far you got to do it. Now, one time I delivered to a guy, it was a first-time customer. I backed up my trailer and it was 2/3 of a cord. And it was in a residential area, so neighbors on both sides. And he backed up. I says, "Where do you want me to dump it?" He says, "Well, I want it in the backyard." I said, "Well, there's no way for me to get back there. I'm going to have to dump it here." He says, "Well, no, I want it in the backyard." I said, "Well, okay, but I'll dump it here and then you can get there." "Oh, you mean you're not going to stack it for me?" he says. I said, "No, you bought the wood. I'm delivering it. That's included. But if you want me to stack it, it's additional." "Oh, well, I didn't know that." I said, "Well, if you bought wood in the past?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, did they stack it?" "No." So he was just trying to get me to stack it. I said, "So I can stack it for you," I told him. I said, "Where do you want it? Right here in the garage?" I said, "It's based on how far I have to go with it." He says, "No, I want it in the backyard and I want it up against the fence." I literally was going to have to go through his garage, through the back garage door, narrow door with a wheelbarrow, across his yard and to the back, and then stack it in the rack. I said, "I can do that if you want, but I can tell you this, I'm not doing it for free." I said, "My normal fee for stacking wood, if I can take it and grab it and set it without having to haul it," I said, "I get 20, at the time it was $20 per face cord, so it would be $40. He said, "Why didn't you pay me $40? I said, "Well, that's just if I stack it out of the trailer." He said, "If you want me to go all the way back there, I'm going to be here an hour and a half." I said, "I'm going to charge you double that." So it would be $80, and that was still cheap. I have a few customers that I do stack for because they're not there and they want it in the rack by their fire pit, and I go around the back and I charge them quite a bit. One in particular, I go to this guy's cottage all the time. He wants it stacked. Well, I go to 2 of his cottages. He's got 2 of them. He's got a cabin and a cottage. At the cabin, I can get the truck within probably 20, 30 feet. And then I put it into a wheelbarrow, take it, and I stack it in there. When I go to him, I charge him $50 to stack it. And he gets 1/3 of a cord because he doesn't care. He just wants it done. When I go to his other place, his cottage on the lake, that I got to go from the driveway around the garage to his back patio and then stack it into the rack. And when I do that, I charge him $80. And I'm there for, it's 1/3 of a cord at a time. I can usually do the whole thing in probably a half an hour or something like that, but he doesn't care. And I charge him that because I don't want to do it. So if someone's going to want me to do it, they better be willing to pay, because I don't want to stack wood. I don't want to do it. So in this case, I used to stack with him, but then he had some heart issues and he had some health issues, and he says, "Can you stack it for me?" I says, "Yeah, but I'm going to charge you to stack it." He says, "Oh, that's fine. Go right ahead." So I charged this guy $60. And it's for 2/3 of a cord. And I literally have to go about the length of the trailer and the truck from the trailer. I tip it up, the wood comes and I put it in the wheelbarrow, I wheel it up, stack it on their patio. I'll show you when we do this. So I charge them $60 extra to do that. And they're happy to pay it because they just want it done, because they want it right by their door. They've got like a breezeway that where I stack it. So that's what's gonna happen. So if you're delivering wood and you're stacking wood, make sure you either build it into your price, which is what a lot of people do. If say they're normally charging, say, $120 if someone picks up a third of a cord. I'm just picking a number because that's what I charge. $120. If they want you to stack it, tack on an extra $20, $30. Absolutely, absolutely. If you've got to go any distance, charge more. So if you want to build it into your price, if you're normally charging $120 and people want it stacked, just say it's $150. And that's if I can take it directly from the truck or the trailer and stack it right to a pile without taking any steps. Because every step you take is taking more time, more effort for you to get it from where you have it in your vehicle or your trailer to where it's got to go. That's the beauty of having a dump truck. There's really no option. You're going to dump it. You're just going to say, oh, it's a dump truck. I dump it. So you could do that. But if you want to make some extra money, you got extra time, you want some extra exercise, offer a stacking service because people will pay it. And the ones that won't pay it, fine. That's just the way it is. All right, we're going to chuck in some wood right now. Well, there it is. The load is on, 2/3 of a cord. Look at what I found. I found a pair of gloves I've been missing for, I don't know, 8 months. Looks like the mice got them just a little bit. They were down in the pile. They must have been in the load when we dumped it. They got set there or fell in or something, but they're kind of frozen and the mice have been chewing on them. Cats are not doing their job, obviously. Down the road we go.